Hello, my darlings, my love, my honeys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, shouts out motherfucking Coraline. All right. But yes, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being present and open. I hope that you are feeling loved, blessed, honored, grounded, stable, and well ready to receive. Okay, Ashe. My name is Latice. I do readings on here as well as you can book readings with me down below, as well as check out my podcast down below. Okay, with that being said, done, created, and cultivated, let's get into this. I wanted to do a pick a pal. I didn't really come on here with a certain type of energy, a certain type of mode, or anything of that sort. I just sort of like, we're going to do a pick a pal. Didn't have a message behind it, so the message is going to be within the pot that you pick. Ashe. We're going to be using my Deviant Moon deck for the Ashe overall energies here. So just go off of that. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I already picked out the major energy cards. Okay, so we'll be able to go from there. Let's roll up. Here's the book. Pull out our pens and get started. If you don't know now, or you don't know at all, I'm quite unconventional in any way that you think conventional can be. So don't expect anything. But what the fuck you need to expect? Ashe, ashe. So, pile 1. Let's get you started. 1, 3, 1. How are you, pile 1? How are you doing, darling? You are one of the cards. Rookie. Right now. You are one of the cards that got 3. The only cards that got 3. Excuse me. They did let me know that the first card, because at first I put out one card for each, then double check is there any extra overall energies, and this is where we are. So when I put out your first overall energy, I didn't see it. Only saw one of your cards after they came, but I didn't see the first card. Ashe, the bird came through, and they said no matter what the card is, it's going to be reverse energy. Okay, and I always like to think of reverse energy as shadow work. It is just literally the opposite of what the upright energy is. It's just shadow work, allowing you to discover that, right? So, ooh, we got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo energy. This is literally about having a routine, having discipline, having a system, having a motive and drive to do what you need to do, not because somebody else is watching, or because you think somebody else will notice, or this will make a difference, or because you feel like nobody's watching, or it's not making a difference. It's kind of like when people make those posts and they're like, dang, working out and or at least walking and eating healthy really did help me sleep. Like them bitches was right. It's like certain things that you're just like, no, I don't need to do that. Doesn't work for me. This is like, but you're also not finding other ways for your life to work in a flow state. You're working still in like a system state of what you've learned and what you've always done, but not what actually functions for you. I'm hearing as somebody that realized I don't need to wash the dishes, I can use the dishwasher. It's kind of like that energy of like, I'm gonna lighten your load a whole lot more when you have a routine. It's just you do. It's not easier to know when you're gonna be doing this, how you're gonna set this up, and not okay, this one I'm gonna eat lunch or this and that. It's like just set up a routine. It can be started with a bedtime routine, starting with a morning routine, starting with the meditation routine. But I keep saying routine, but it's about having structure in your life and the upright and finding the magic in that, finding the stability in that, finding the happiness and growth in that, finding the peace in that, and knowing that that is what you are currently cultivating and creating. So when you pull this in with the Knight of Pentacles, and like I said, they said no matter what it is, it's going to be in verse. It's this realization that you maybe have been lax and lazy with your routine, or you haven't been really completing or starting projects like you said you would. Ooh, ashe. Like you said that you would, or things of that sort, but it's really sticking to a system and finding the joy in that and knowing that the reason why I'm doing this is for a reason. I remember when I went to go visit my brother, and he's a Virgo, and he had his like little morning routine. He would make his tea in the morning, then he would go outside and he would just sit on his balcony and relax, and he did that every morning. And in mornings that he didn't 4 for 4, as I said, that he'd be like, oh, I'm feeling so off today. And it's because he didn't do his routine. So it's this energy when you're setting up a place that is, your body is your first home, right? like you creating that is your first safe space. Yes, the womb, all of that, but your body of your own energy, of your own creation is this first safe space. It's the first discovery. So when your body knows that it can rely on certain things to always be there, to always be structured and stable, or if you need to tweak your routine, you know exactly how to tweak it. If you know how to, um, something that it's like I'm hearing you don't need to meal prep each and everything if that's not what you want to do. I don't know who that's for, but that's for someone. But there is a way to make sure that you're not ordering out as much. Like sometimes when I order from certain places, I'll order like, okay, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna get this. So that way, if I don't feel like cooking one day and I know I want to order out, I already didn't, it's girl math to me because it's like the money's already spent, it's already gone. But it allows me to be like, okay, actually, I don't feel like I already ordered something yesterday for today. And this, you get what I'm saying? You got it. So it's like a way to be like, let me see what I got. And so it's in a way of I'm hearing home cooking. Something about home cooking is very significant for sure. Look, and also be a sign for me. Work ain't through there. All right. But this home cooking, this energy again, it's getting to a routine, a daily structure. I'm hearing a plan as well for your goals needs to happen. You know what's crazy? Is when I first started and I was talking about you guys and not that you guys were being collective and how if it's in reverse, it's just shadow work. And I was really gonna say with the sun energy, it's about unobstructed joy. It's about social energy and settings and progress and growth. It's about excitement for life and enjoying that in your most vulnerable state while still knowing that you are protected. You're living in your life, your purpose, and you're surrounded by people that are also doing the same. And the opposite side would possibly be depression, isolation, second guessing, self doubt, self sabotage, all these things, because it's the shadow work of that. Where is the insecurity or the root of that coming from? You guys got the sun card in the upright position. The rest of your cards are upright. It's just the routine, the strategy, the plan that you actually need to set up, and actually the devotional discipline that you need to have to keep those things going, to keep those things in a structure in your life, right? So that even if it's like, dang, okay, this ran a little bit longer than I was supposed to, or I was stuck in traffic a little bit longer, you're still allowing yourself to know you can just shift your routine. And there's magic in that, there's change in that, because you're still seeing yourself. Look, they nails is painted. Okay. Like the hairs done face, like, but they still are moving in an operational way with that. And so with this, like I said, it's like once you tap into recognizing that you can be vulnerable, you can be free, you can be open, you can be expressive. Because you know your capabilities, you recognize your capacities, you recognize what you do and don't have time for. Um, it allows you that, and it also allows you to see the creation that you have in your life. When you have a routine, it allows you to see what you are blessed with, what you can be grateful for, right? It's like, dang, I'm grateful I can actually do a skincare routine. I remember this point in time where I was like, I hope I can do that because their skin is amazing. And now you actually have your own skincare. You're doing it's things like that where it's like, shit, I'm actually living in my manifestations. I'm living in my future thoughts. I'm living in my future visions in the current present now. Or even looking back, like, yeah, my younger self would be proud of me. I remember we just wanted to be able to read our books and sit in peace and quiet at our home. Or I remember younger me wanted a loud home, an exciting home, and now I'm hosting a party and Butterfly just came through. A lot of messages coming through for you guys. I love that. And so it's just this sense of you recognizing when you were able to plan and set things through that allows for grander experiences. Because you also got the Ace of Wands. New starts, new beginnings coming in here that is allowing you to truly live out in your purpose. And it's crazy. I was talking about the womb and yada yada in your first body, and there's a baby. A lot of animals too. The little beetle. They got the trees growing out of the hair. It looks like a little seed pod. So you are growing into something that now your body, a lot of solar plexus energy with the sun and the ace of wands, Leo, Sag, almost at Aquarius. So Aquarius can be significant, but Aries as well. So it's this energy of allowing yourself to, like I said, when you know that you can depend on this, it's like I can set myself free in other ways. I can be open and I'll say and more excited and free and reckless in other ways because I know what I can rely on, know what I can do. So stick to your routine, create a plan if you're wanting to go somewhere, if you want to start a business, if you're wanting to have a conversation, whatever it is, set that out. If you wanted to get better sleep, if you wanted to start working out, if you wanted to eat, whatever it is, you're going to have to set up something in a structural way. Nobody else is going to set it up for you. Okay? And that will lead to joy, opportunities, and experiences, new beginnings, bounty, and excitement and pleasure. Okay? So that has been your reading, my darlings and my loves. I love you. Love yourselves more. And until next time. Whew. Hello, pile number 2. I hope that you are doing amazing, grand, and well. Let's get into it. For your pile, they have me pull out one card first, because for every other pile, I was trying to see if there's any other, and they said pull out the rest on camera, right? And so this is giving me 1111. As I'm about to say this, this is giving me they're ready to show you. They don't want your spirit guides, ancestors, reach whomsoever. Ashe, because look, we can go down a long list and we'll be here for a lifetime. But whosoever you put your bhakti into, it's like we're not doing anything in the background anymore. And it's in a sense of not in a way of like they're not helping, but it's like we're gonna show you what we have been working on. It's like, oh my God, I'm seeing a little kid when they're like, hey, can I show you my new dance move? Right? And they practice long and hard on it. But this kid, you like, holy shit, where did you learn how to do that? And they like back from like, yeah, you was expecting a little no. Right? And so it's like spirits about to shock you because I feel like with them working on the background, they were working on your internal. They were working on your mental. They were working on your spiritual. They were working on your, I'm hearing carving out old craters. How do you carve out a crater spirit? That ain't my business. Carving out old craters, right? Sketching. I'm just like seeing somebody like in the like Grand Canyon. I'm like big hole spots. Now I'm saying like what is it? Yellowstone. A lot to do with like because obviously the Grand Canyon was water, and then Yellowstone was also water. So it's like something where you weren't able to be. Thank you, Spirit. I was like, what the fuck are we getting to? That's what they meant by carve out the crater. It was carved out by the water going away. Ashe, we're there. You weren't able to be able to grieve, possibly, or you weren't able to express your emotions, whether that was happiness, sadness, confusion. It's like in a way where, or if you did do, you have to do it in a certain way, but something with like the emotional state and being where you're just like, but that's why Spirit was working on you internally. It's because they wanted you to be prepared for this. They wanted to say, as loud as we are expressing and showing this to you, as grand as we're putting on display what we are giving to you and what is going to be had by you, we want you to receive that as loudly, as boldly, as confidently, as sure as you need to, because that is what's necessary. That is what's needed. And so, with taking all this understanding in, it's like it has been driving you for like, okay, it's gonna Yellowstone's gonna blow any minute, like holy shit, but it's like it's going to shock and surprise you. Okay, let's see what your first card is. We got the moon. Piscean energy. It is currently Mercury in retrograde in Pisces as I'm filming this, but time is not linear, so what is time? Ashe. But we have the moon, which is about, of course, internal intuition and following and guiding that, but of course your emotional depth, your emotional intelligence and capabilities, being able to craft a home in yourself and not feel puppeteered. Literally, they're puppets, swayed and dissuaded by the moon. And the moon changes a whole lot. And so, like I said, you weren't able to possibly grieve, you weren't able to possibly take things in or process properly, or it's something to do a lot with your emotional depth. But with them working on the background, you could have moments where you're realizing your faith is stronger, Or you have moments where you say things and you don't over explain. You're having moments when you say yes to things and you don't over conceptualize and contemplate and question. And you know that you're deserving to be there. You're having moments where you're receiving and you're not trying to push away. You get what I'm saying? It's like, how? And you're going out, you're like, what the fuck? That's not, it is you. And it's the awakening of you. And so, with Spirit putting that into your hands, into your depth, it's this understanding of growth and possibilities that are no longer holding your mind hostage. It is now shown in reality and the capabilities of what you can have. A lot to do with water, because I'm hearing fucking osmosis. Okay. A lot to do with water, so being near water, you could have did a water cleanse for some. You could be working with water spirits, wealth, abundance. Let's get into it. Okay. Okay. We got the Two of Swords, right? So you have men in these moments, like I said, where they were releasing you out of this mental. So like I said, it couldn't feel like nothing was happening. Nothing is happening, but I'll tell you, if one person, if either one of them adds even a little extra force, or one of them releases a little bit of the force, this situation, they both got these swords on their neck. And so it's like, it may look like nothing is happening, but Spirit has been balancing you. Spirit is balancing you. They're guarding you and guiding you. And your shadow and your light has been working together in ways that you didn't even realize was possible. A lot of Scorpio energy. It is Friday the 13th when I am recording this. So again, time, a lot to do with time as well. So you could have been waiting for a long time. Again, Two Swords is literally about waiting. This almost feels like a stalemate, but it's a mental planning, a mental execution. It is a thorough procedure that is being done. So that way, like I said, you don't deny and you don't delay yourself anymore. Whether that's emotional, whether that's spiritual, physical, whatever. It's like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to set it up. Okay? Get the final message here. Are they collective? Collective for them, collective. Yeah, a lot of outreach I'm hearing some of you guys will be doing. Going out more, a whole lot. Yeah, we got the Queen of Cups energy coming in here. What did I say? Allowing that emotional balance, knowing when to make the right decisions, how to make the right decisions, and still be delicate and graceful, but still be strong enough to know I can hold the weight of these things. Because she's holding the cup, and even if it drops out, she's still holding the drops too. Okay, she's not dismissing it. We got the Hierophant, an understanding of a spiritual aspect and knowing a higher consciousness, the sun is supporting, but a higher consciousness, a higher evolutional thought, right? What does consciously say? Education is elevation. It's the truth. And it's like you are coming into this knowing of self, the gratitude of it, and meaning, beholding, and realizing this is actually my superpower. Because when I get angry, because of my family, or I send an email at work, shit changes. But when I don't, people are like, no, I feel stifled and things get worse. And so it's like you're learning how to realize every emotion, there is no good and bad. It's an experience. Okay? We have the Six of Wands with the Eight of Cups. You are releasing the old so that way you can awaken into the new. Like I said, something with the collective, something with an outreach for some. But you are abandoning the old ways, the old thoughts, and Eight Cups. Emotions. Again, a lot to do with your emotions, emotional, again, intelligence, capabilities, depth, communication. People always get emotional communication. Can you communicate the emotions? Can you express it in a way that is not detrimental to yourself and others? They confuse that with intelligence. Intelligence is knowing something. You know you're emotional. Can you communicate what the fuck the intelligence is of the emotion? But you got that. Ashe. All right, you are shifting, you are changing, and it's like the other people are seeing this and they want you to light their torch, or whatever the fuck that means. Inspire others. Okay, do what you need to do, because that pause moment was necessary, and now it's here, now it's present, and now it's yours. Okay, so own your emotions, understand your capabilities, and dance in that depth, because maybe you created it. I love you. Love yourself some more. Until next time. Alrighty, hi, pile number three. Hope that you are doing amazing and well. Okay, I am going to get straight into it as usual. So let's not dilly dally dilly dilly. Okay. Um. So with you guys, we're just gonna flip it over. Like there's no. This what happened beforehand. This is and not like that. There's anything wrong with that. There's anything good with that. It's just there wasn't a beforehand. Okay, so we're just gonna flip over your card and see what you got and see what was getting. Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And why there wasn't a beforehand? I feel like this is definitely for you guys going to be just a confirmation because you have the high priestess coming in here, that supreme knowledge, understanding, and knowing and wisdom being applied to your life, that feminine energy that still emotes respect, that still emotes adoration, that is deemed in a light that wants to be exalted. You get what I'm saying? So with this high priestess energy matched with this ace of swords energy, baby, your wit, your inquisitiveness, your intellect, your strength, your knowledge of the understanding of those things is so profound. It's such a depth that cannot be matched or mastered because it's all yours. And so I feel like recently and lately, Spirit has been dropping so much into your life in a way that is giving you it's almost like I feel like at one point when it first started you feel like you knew too much, you was understanding too much, you was getting too much, like hold the fuck down. You feel like you possibly couldn't sleep because you was getting so many messages. You feel like you couldn't focus on regular conversations because you was getting messages. It's just like, okay, all right, I'm hearing you was having an overloaded turtle moment where you're just like, okay, I'm seeing too much of the world right now, like let me go back home. And so with that came though this knowing of when to rego. I was trying to say retreat and go back into self, but essentially go back into yourself because that also is where you're able to keep that protection up, keep that strength up, but also allows for things to grow around what you're protecting yourself in and around. So I feel like you were asking a lot of questions at one point. You didn't know where to go, you didn't know what to do, you didn't know if you should speak up in a certain mode. It was just, or you just had questions like, okay, where's my life gonna go? How's this gonna happen? And this and that. It was just certain things where you were just questioning a lot, and you feel like you didn't understand, but you were still living life. And then also people forget the high priestess is not just this higher knowing coming in from channeling, but they live life. That's how you get the best wisdom. That's how you get the best knowledge. It's firsthand. Not saying you gotta experience everything firsthand, because baby, sometimes that cheat sheet from the teacher is even better. And that's that that balance of the high priest as well. But it is also you, like I said, you kept living life, you kept experiencing things. And so not only do you have your knowledge and understanding, but you have ancient knowledge and understanding, ancestral knowledge and understanding, like wisdom and understanding. So it comes in with this ace of swords and this high priestess that you're not to be fucked with. And I mean, at any moment, in any point, in any time, where you, but it's this inner knowing that now you have, like, no, I can't be fucked with. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it. And that's it. That's all. King of Cups, Scorpio energy. Okay, like I said, this is, so you're somebody that it's time for you to walk into rooms and demand shit, is what I'm hearing. It's time to walk into rooms knowing. It's time to speak up in conversations. It's like it's time to put yourself on such a forefront that people are shocked or what it would call. But it's like you ooze it. And so with this knowing, it's a lot of answers that have been coming in. I feel like you're trying to figure out how to navigate it, how to deal with it. And Spirit is saying delegate. But you're delegating to people that are actually on this physical realm, or you're delegating to your spirit team. But Spirit's like, time to delegate. Whoever that's for. Okay. Okay. But it's this King of Cups energy, maxing with all of it. It's like you, again, let's balance. Well, even more so than a balance. Thank you. It's like this. It's funny. You got the sister signs. I ain't even thank you. I love when I don't peep what I need to peep till I peep it. Scorpio and Taurus, you literally got the sister sign energy. The duality, the opposite, the balance of each other. Mm. Spirit is saying we are grounding you in a lot of things. And they're saying, sorry if it felt like it took a long time, but we wanted to make sure that it was done in a way that the way that you know everything else, understand everything else, and you know that your questions, butterfly, white one, will come to you, will be answered. That's the same with the blessings. That's the same with the glory. That's the same with the recognition. It's going to come in. And so Spirit is saying, you have been waiting a long time with us. I'm giving you all these answers. So that way now you can make the most wise decision. The most wise decision. Okay? Let's pull from the top again. Four of Pentacles. Don't don't allow people who already casted that their time is up. This is death, but don't. They're saying this is somebody, other people. Don't allow people that have already casted the death upon their life to enter into yours, because they're not going to lead you anywhere but to damnation. That's how the card is described. Death is leading the person that couldn't see past what they were holding in their hands to damnation. So continuously go with that growth, continuously go with that expansion, continuously go with what's needed. Because when it is time for your hands to be free, you're going to want your hands free to receive and or fight. You know what I'm saying? You got what I'm saying? Okay. But if you are being bombarded with answers or you feel like, I ain't got to really, you have. It's time to start paying attention. Just as simple can be. Just pay attention. Don't overload yourself. But if you are somebody that's observant enough, and I feel like with the cards we just seen, especially with the Ace of Swords, which is new beginnings of that knowledge, pay attention. Okay? All right. So, with that being said, done, cultivating, created, that has been your reading, my darlings. I love you. Love yourselves more. Until next time.